honestly, level of excitement, more than 10 out of 10. One of my most favorite people is in front of me. We are currently on Valiant Lady. It is early 2025. So many exciting things are happening, and you have an opportunity to be able to experience as much fun as I'm having on this sailing with Ben Price. Please introduce yourself. Actually, how do you introduce yourself to the world?
I'm so bad at that because I hate bragging about myself, but my name's Ben Price.
Brag.
I'm a magician. I am Canadian. And in my intro at my show, I have a joke I write, voted Canada's best magician, and then they clear their throat and go, by his mom. But I just won a Canadian Choice Award for Best Magician in Calgary.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Yeah.
I shall raise a glass.
Thank you so much. They
That's a
haven't
big
brought
deal.
me my drink, so I can't raise with you.
No, they are bringing it. Which BTW, what did you order tonight?
Virgin Mojito.
Ahoy, sailors. I'm Christine Lozada. Welcome to the Virgin Voyages Tips Podcast, an insider guide to navigating Virgin Voyages like a pro. You can find this on YouTube and every podcasting platform, but check the show notes. There's additional helpful information in there and a killer deal. So let's dive in.
And so I want people to know about kind of a little bit of a behind the scenes of your magic as well as what's coming up. When did magic start for you?
So young. This is a
Last
weird...
year, understood. Okay, go
Yeah,
on.
2 years ago. I was 30. No. Every magician has the exact same story. No matter who you ask, what it is, 99.99% of magicians have the same story. And I got a kit when I was a kid for Christmas. I felt, as every child does, they love magic, as did I. But I got a kit, loved the aspect of learning a trick and going through the steps of it. I'm a very tactile person. So my dad and I, or my mom and I, would go through the book, learn the trick, and then I would try to do it to the other person, my mom or my dad, whoever, depending on who helped me, and try to fool them with it. I was horrible at it as a young person because you learn something and you want to show them right away even though you're not ready. But as I got older, I got more patient, I got better books, I got better props, and it just blossomed into what it is today.
I love that.
Yeah.
How many Virgin Voyages sailings, or however you want to answer that, have you done so far? And we are filming this from the wake. You can hear, and if you're watching this podcast episode, see the excitement that's around us. How many Virgin Voyages sailings have you done, and what can we expect coming up?
I don't have accurate count to date, but I can say as of last year, in I think September, October, I hit around 50 voyages.
Wow.
So it's easier for me to hit that number because I am on for a month to a month and a half at a time, and when you're on the 554s, voyages roll over pretty quick, so you hit 6 or 7 voyages in one contract. So
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Which, for those who are listening, if you're like 554,
right,
he's referring to the 5 night and the 4 nights, which happen pretty quick because there's also much longer sailings. Which I've had an opportunity to be on so many of those. You've not only my mom, you've had my sister up on the stage, which she was like, I am like,
you
really
are very
sweet
bubbly
to everyone. Yeah, like I'm all about it. Like
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance. Like she ain't gonna give you a chance.
Right.
And you surprised, delighted, entertained, made her laugh in a way that she was just like, what the fuck just happened?
I think maybe because on stage, I'm also not very nice. People are often thrown off by the honesty with which I treat them.
Which I have to just acknowledge really quick, because for those who are listening, Virgin Mojito has been...
Thank you.
And it was delivered by top 10 Virgin Voyages travel agent, JC. We are actually filming this from the wake because we are here with not top 100, but top 10 for a private dinner. So thank you for the delivery. He already got, he like GTFO.
Yeah.
Ben is not very nice on stage, and it's one of the best and most funny things about you. Because people don't expect it, and in the same way that Virgin Voyages will surprise and therefore delight in ways that are totally unexpected.
Yeah.
It's one of my most favorite things.
Thank you.
You will
Yeah.
say the things that you can say at an adults only cruise.
Yeah.
Which actually, if you're willing to share,
Mm-hmm.
you could be doing that. You could be anywhere in the world. Why here?
I love working on cruise ships. I've only been doing it for about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing magic professionally for about 12.
I did not know that.
So 3 years ago, just out of COVID, the lockdown, I found an agent who booked for cruise lines, and he started sending me out. And I just opened my availability up. I stopped doing my regular shtick and opened my availability up and said, book me, and he did. So I worked on a bunch of different lines. I did maybe a year where I wasn't on any Virgin Voyages. I was just on other ships, and one Virgin presented itself. I absolutely fell in love with it. It's just my kind of lifestyle. The people here are so great. The audiences we get are so different from normal cruise lines. If you've cruised before, you know what I'm talking about.
You do?
In terms of normal cruise lines. On other cruise lines, which I love being there, the average audience age is dead. So here, you get a mix of everyone from 90 to 18 years old, right? So it's just a better mix. It's just, you get a little bit of everything, and I love it.
One of my favorite things is as I sail across all the ships on Virgin Voyages, the amount of love that the crew, that the Happenings cast has for you. They
Oh,
just
wow.
love you. And I want to give a quick shout out to Chris the Charmer.
Yes.
Amazing magician.
Yes.
And he just loves you, and we love
Chris,
him.
yeah.
Actually, what's your favorite thing about Chris?
Stage presence and how he deals with an audience
Yes.
is just phenomenal. He's got stellar magic
Yes.
and stellar scripting and
Yes.
a great show, but man, can he deal with a heckler in the funniest way.
Which is not an easy thing if you've never had to be on stage. I don't even know how many times I've seen your show. I think it's in
This
the
one I
range
know the number. You've seen it 3 times.
for your current show now,
Yeah.
which, by the way, if you are sailing with Virgin Voyages, one of my favorite things is that you'll see the same entertainment with a different show. I've seen you many times.
Many times.
So use your imagination on what many means, but I'm seeing you now with a different show, and every single time, I don't sit in the back. I sit in the front.
You do.
I sit in the front because I'm working hard to get the content for my audience that they want to see, and I don't know how the F,
That's
literally
great.
not one.
That's good. That's job security for a magician.
We've talked about exciting things, about
Yeah.
you being on board a lot.
6 months, half the year-ish.
That's a lot.
It's an estimate, but
And one of the things that I do for some of my favorites on board is I watch their social media to see where can I find them,
Yeah.
when can I find them on board.
I'll either post just before I'm on a ship or when I make it to a ship. I don't like to post too far out because the contracts are subject to change. For example, last year I was
True.
booked to be on Valiant. Something happened and they swapped me over to Resilient. So I had the contract, but it just swapped over to a different ship.
Ah.
So all the people that had seen me in the
I can
schedule,
relate.
yeah, they'd seen me
I
in the
can relate.
schedule and were like, I'm so excited to see you. And I was like, yeah, excited to see you. And then I'm not there. And they go, where the hell are you? I'm going, well, I'm on Resilient. They're like, that's not what you said. And I'm like, I know. But I go where they tell me.
Stay up to date. All of your info is going to be in the show notes on how
Right.
people can find you. And you also have some content, video content that people might be able to find. Give us a preview.
Currently I do a monthly update. So you can sign up on my website. You'll get a little email once a month. I promise you, I do not email more than once a month. It's
I
just
haven't emailed my audience in like 4 months.
I do once a month. And people are hesitant to sign up for those things because they don't want to get
Of course.
blasted.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I do once a month. It's kind of an update of where I've been, kind of where I'm going. And in that update, you'll get a video link. You can either read about it or you can watch it. But I have started to film more daily vlogs or weekly vlog kind of things that will come out just to kind of give a behind the scenes of what the life is of someone performing on cruise ships, on land, wherever I happen to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's all info you can find in the show notes. Tell us one thing you're excited for about Virgin Voyages in 2025.
So I've been on the Caribbean itineraries for over 5 months now. I am super excited to be heading to Europe and doing the Greece and Turkey. I have a Barcelona, I have a Rome to Miami crossing. Like,
Whoa.
I'm excited for some of the new itineraries.
We need to close with one little known fact about you.
One little known fact about me, I suffer from Tourette syndrome and OCD. And as a result, that's not the fact that's super interesting. The fact
believe
that's
this.
super interesting is I get treated once every 4 months with Botox. So my face and my neck get injected with over 30 Botox
Does
injections.
insurance pay for that?
It's all covered. It's all covered because it's a medical condition. So I will look like this forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you watch closely, people are often surprised to hear I have Tourette syndrome because they think a lot of people who suffer with Tourette say words or phrases or their body moves. Mine does. It's mostly in my face, and the vocal ones that I have are so quiet. You might hear it while editing this. You might hear little things going on. You'll also see it in the edit of the video. You'll see my mouth move a little bit in a way that's just not quite normal. But yeah.
This is a very vulnerable thing to share, and I want to acknowledge that and say thank you.
Oh, of course.
And also thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a true pleasure. If you see my show, please follow me on social media. That's a huge thing for us as entertainers. Follow and like and take. I say this in the intro, but I think people are just a little nervous about it. Take pictures, take videos of my show.
Absolutely.
You don't have to film the whole thing.
I feel the same way about people not wanting to come up and say hello to me.
Come say
I'm
hi.
so excited. How are we supposed to know
Yeah.
otherwise?
Mm-hmm.
It means so much to both of us. Go
Yeah.
follow Ben
Yeah.
on social media. Go support his show. Go post about it.
Yeah.
And go say hi to him.
It's huge. And not only because, I mean, the crew, they get those little surveys. Ship sends out surveys about the crew. It doesn't include people like myself who are booked as a guest entertainer because I'm not contracted directly through Virgin.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a huge difference for me when I can share an Instagram story and tag Virgin so they can see it and go, people are enjoying his show, let's keep bringing him back.
I love that because
Yeah.
so many people have so much love to share but don't know how to share that.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This has been another episode of Virgin Voyages Tips Podcast. If it was helpful, please share it with somebody. And we want you to book your sailing with us. We'd love to help you set sail because we're here for you every step of the way. A reminder to check the show notes. Things on Virgin Voyages changes all the time, and you'll find more helpful links and resources in the description. We'll see you in the next episode.